today is World Mental Health Day to raise awareness for those struggling with their mental health. And we're going to talk about that right now in company with a man who I know has had struggles from that in recent years. Bryan Cooper, former Gold Cup winning rider who called time on his career last year, had a wonderful career as well in the saddle. He joins me right now. Bryan, first of all, very good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm in good form. How are things going for you?
Yeah, very well. I'm busy away. Probably working harder than I ever did, really, to be honest, but enjoying it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the future.
What's keeping you busy these days? What are you up to?
I'm at home a lot more in my home place in Kerry. Obviously, my dad is training, and I have a lot of kind of younger stock down here as well with myself. I've been pretty active at the sales there throughout the summer as well. I built up a younger stock brand as such throughout the last few years, you know, so been keeping very active and trying to build up maybe more clients for the sales to buy some horses for.
So you're very much involved in buying horses. So Dad must be looking forward to the jump season really going up a gear soon. You must have some nice types for the season.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've a small select bunch of horses, but a couple of nice ones. We've Icar Dubrel, who unfortunately missed last year, but he was very impressive bumper winner the previous year. He might start off there in Cork on Sunday, and we have a couple of nice horses that we bought maybe at the sales throughout the winter last year that will come out as well. So looking forward to that, and having dabbling with a little bit of punditry side of things as well. So hopefully we'll be busy away now for the winter.
It's great that you're enjoying it, the next chapter of your life. Of course, you shocked all of us when you announced that retirement last March. I know that you were suffering at the time quite badly. Of course, today is Global World Mental Health Day. So just go back to March and what made you decide that you couldn't carry on being a jockey?
I suppose it was something I was dealing with myself for quite a while, and I was, you know, obviously I was very open in the reason why I retired, but I was battling, I suppose, with a fear of getting injured, and I surprisingly was able to put it at the back of my mind for quite a while. But I suppose it all came down on top of me in Cheltenham, and it was a tough time, but a massive weight off my shoulders when I got to announce that as such, you know, and I was offered some great support through Jennifer Pugh and the Injured Jockeys Association and everyone around me. But it was, you know, there's a massive support around that, and it's only getting better.
I guess when you had the fall that you did on Clarkham, people say, oh, you know, jockeys must have a great life, but it's not all easy, is it? You do have those down days, the dark days when I was reading about when you were lying in the hospital, you weren't sure whether you were going to lose a leg. I mean, they were pretty horrific times for you.
It was very tough, yeah. I think jockeys have a fantastic mental strength, and I'm very much aware of that, you know, because all the glory days you see, you don't see what goes on in the background as such. In the dark days, there's dark winter mornings where you're getting up very early in the morning, you know, and you might be going to ride, hopefully you ride out a horse you're already hoping to get on, you know, so it can be quite tough. But there is a massive, fantastic support system set up in place. Jennifer Pugh, Ciara Losty, you know, they've worked, and Adrian McGoldrick, they've worked very hard over this side of the water in putting things in place for people and just to go speak to someone. And I probably wasn't the best person myself at opening up and being honest about, you know, what I was going through, but I kind of dealt with it in my own sort of way. But there is a fantastic system in place, and you know, it's just a case of picking up the phone and speaking to someone.
That's it, isn't it? It's easy to sort of bottle things up all the time, isn't it? I mean, it happens to so many people. But there are people you can talk to about these sort of things, and that's the thing. The message you're trying to get across, isn't it? If you are struggling in your life, be it sporting life or any other way of life, there are people there you can speak to.
Oh, definitely. You know, I was overwhelmed by I know maybe when I made the decision to come out and retire, and I suppose people were saying to me they don't know how I did it for so long, but that's maybe me going back to jockeys. Their mental toughness, you know, I suppose, and a lot of it to do is the times when you get injured, maybe as well, that you're suffering, seeing other people ride your horses. And I remember that was one of the toughest things I had to battle with, you know, knowing that I was missing out on them things. But going back again, it's just over the last couple of years, the system in place has got so good. You know, Jennifer Pugh has done a fantastic job of putting things in place and in every side of things. And I'm sure it's only going to get better.
Yeah, That's a very important point. I'm sure that people will hopefully realise that there are people they can speak to, and as you say, there are people in the world of horse racing in Ireland and over here that people can speak to. Just to go back to your career as a jockey, I mean, you had a great time of things. Obviously, Don Cossack's the horse that springs to mind. I was actually watching the race yesterday, the Gold Cup again. When he was absolutely brilliant that day, wasn't he, at Cheltenham? It's a shame that we didn't get to see this horse really go on from that, but what a horse he was in his prime.
Oh, he had so much natural raw ability, you know, and he only really got really good. I think the year he won the Gold Cup, he was already fitting into the horse that he potentially was going to be, you know. I firmly believe he could have come back and done it again. You know, a lot of people took it away from him, saying Q Card might have had the upper hand in him, but I know myself, there was no doubt that I was on the best horse in the race, and nothing would have beaten him that day. And I do believe he could have come back and won a second Gold Cup. He had so much natural ability, and he was going to get better the following year as well. So Gordon done a tremendous job of getting him there, and it was just a pity, I suppose, we didn't get to see him come back the following year. But a great memory I have, and it's a day I'll always remember forever.
Yeah, he was a great horse, wasn't he? What was it like having that job? I mean, that must have been a high pressure role, mustn't it? Being the top man at Jigginstown at that time must have been a hard job.
Yeah, it was difficult, I suppose, but I was very privileged to have it. You know, it was the biggest job in jumps racing, I suppose, at the time. They had a lot of horses, a lot of very good horses, and I suppose my hardest decision was juggling which ones to pick on the right days, because they made it, Michael and Eddie always said they didn't mind taking each other on, and that was a lot of the pressure to do with it. I suppose looking back, I got it at a very young age, and maybe struggled to deal with some of the pressure on some of the days. But I was forever grateful. Like, I had some fantastic days, you know, even from Don Cossack, Don Coley, Apples, Jade. These horses were once in a lifetime horse to be part of, and I was very lucky to have that. And we had some great days, and obviously we went our separate ways back in 2017. But again, when I came back after maybe a quiet year or 18 months, they gave me opportunities again, and they're great for the sport. And it's great to see them investing back into it again and supporting, you know, Gordon Elliott and Willie Mullins. And knowing me, they seem to have a nice bunch of horses again.
They do. Let's hope they have a good year again. Bryan, it's been great to chat to you. Many thanks for coming on. I know it's a very important day for so many people, being World Mental Health Day. And, of course, fair play to you for coming out the way you did last March and sort of told everyone your struggles. Are we going to see you on the racecourse then, hopefully soon somewhere? Will we be able to bump into you somewhere over in Ireland or over here?
Oh, yeah. I'll be tipping around. I suppose summer racing was a bit different. Even when I was riding, I didn't like kind of going racing as much during the summer, but I love winter racing, and I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, your Punchestown and Navan and all these places kicking into gear. And you never know, I might take a step over the water at some stage as well. Obviously, there'll be sales on in Cheltenham in November and December, so I'm sure I'll be floating around, and I don't think you'll miss me anyway.
Okay, let's hope we bump in soon. Bryan, great to speak to you. Thanks again for speaking to us, and good luck with all the buying and selling of horses, and I hope Dad has a good season as well.
Thank you.